Showtime. New setup. Oh, let me get close here so you guys can see my pretty face. Oh my god. Players, welcome everybody to the Sports Plus Life podcast. My name is Edgar, Mr. A.K.A. Rodriguez, and it is episode number 34. And I didn't do my homework. There's so much going on, but I'm pretty sure we'll call this the sweetness. Walter Payton? Is that what he was? Sweet Walter Payton? Episode of the Sports Plus Life podcast. My name is Edgar, Mr. A.K.A. Rodriguez, if I haven't said that already. We are in, I don't know, we're in crazy times right now, people. This coronavirus is just closing more and more stuff down as we go. What's today? Tuesday. I usually record on Monday. But Monday is just a weird day. First day working from home ever. That's where I'm at. That's why we have the new setup as well. Right behind you is a TV that I watch. Big old 65-incher, old school 65-inchers, thick. You're thick, boy. Thick. Sorry, I've been watching a lot of TikTok. So if you wanna, I'll probably make some TikTok videos now that I have a little bit more time on my hands. So follow me, Sports Plus Life on TikTok, Sports Plus Life on Instagram and Twitter, Mr. AKA CEO on Instagram and Twitter as well, and also YouTube.com/Sports Plus Life. You guys are gonna have times to go check it out. Don't hate. Share, like, subscribe. Go hit all the bells. I'm gonna be here to entertain you guys. All right, I'm gonna be here to entertain you guys. Because everything's getting canceled. NBA is almost damn near canceled, suspended. Won't be probably a couple months till where we got some NBA. MLS is suspended. XFL, unfortunately, is suspended as well. The Premier League suspended. Baseball suspended. So we're going to reassess life in another 30 days. We'll see what happens then. I don't know what's going to happen. Who knows? I mean, they say it's going to get worse before it gets better. But if I've learned anything from the United States, from being an American, Mexican American to be exact, is that we overcome these type of things. We figure it out. One way or another, we figure it out. It doesn't matter who is at the helm. We figure it out. Sorry, I had to turn the TV down. I don't know if you guys could hear it. I still got it on because I don't know what's going to pop up. Right now, we're going to start with what I'm watching and what I've been watching the whole day from 6 a.m. to the morning to right now about 3 o'clock of me recording this is Tom Brady officially announced he's leaving the Patriots. So we could definitely count the Patriots out of free agency, which doesn't come really as a big surprise, but it does come, it's still a big deal because he's been with them for 20 years. One of the most hated teams outside of that, obviously outside of New England, Massachusetts area. Just because they win. That's all they have been doing is winning. Such a crazy situation. It's hard to see, Tom Brady without Bill Belichick. And they're actually, either one of them being successful. In my opinion, I don't know how this is going to work out. I know who is happy, and that's the AFC East. Dolphins, the Jets. Who else? Jacksonville, I believe, is the other team. Or the AFC South. What is it? AFC South? Who's the AFC East? It is. I'm drawing a blank, guys. Don't talk to me right now. Hold on. Everyone, chill. We're gonna we're gonna look this up together. AFC East. New England, Miami. Is it Tennessee? I think. Shut up. It doesn't tell me. Why is it so difficult? Oh my God. How hard is this? Bills. Oh my God. Which all of them, by the way, I don't know if they had inside scoop. All of them, except for the Jets, are making moves. So only 2 of them are making moves. I don't know how this offseason is going to affect the Patriots either. What are they going to go get? Who are they going to go get now to either replace Tom Brady or to maybe Cam Newton with this? Who knows? That's what just popped up on the TV right now. But right now, we'll talk about Cam Newton here in a second. What are they going to do? What are the Patriots going to do moving forward? Who is going to be throwing the ball? They have Cody Kessler on deck. We have seen Bill Belichick win without Tom Brady when he was suspended, and I think he got hurt. If I'm not, I can't remember what it was, but he was suspended or hurt. Those 4 or 5 games or whatever last year, the year before. Which I think it was Jacoby Brissett, and then he won with Jimmy Garoppolo a couple years ago. It was something like that. I think that's when he was suspended. But he shows he can win without Tom Brady, so he's an amazing coach. That's without a doubt. But what can they do? I'm sure there's a lot of people who wouldn't mind playing for Bill Belichick. Right now, there's a couple names that stand out. It sounds like Cam Newton is going to need a new home. With all this free agency going on, Teddy Bridgewater just signed a 3-year contract, $20 million a year, I believe is what I saw, to be with the Carolina Panthers. That's crazy. Teddy Bridgewater did okay last year. He went that 5-0 to fill in for Drew Brees. When Drew Brees was hurt with that thumb injury. I think it was 5-0, 4-0, maybe 4-1, if I'm correct. Yeah, I don't know. They also had Kyle Allen, who did pretty good. So who knows? I don't even know if that's like a done deal to where Teddy Bridgewater is even going to start over Kyle Allen. I guess it all is up to Coach Rule. If you don't remember, Coach, is it Todd Rule? I don't remember his first name. Old coach from Baylor. So Baylor coach got signed to the Panthers. And I don't know where he's going to go with this. I don't know what exactly he's trying to do. If Kyle Allen's going to be the dude, Teddy Bridgewater is going to be just a glorified backup. I doubt they pay Bridgewater that type of money and keep him on as a backup. The interesting times in Carolina, because you got a guy in Cam Newton who took you guys to the Super Bowl not that long ago, got smoked by the Denver Broncos. I want to say MVP as well in the league, I believe. So tough dude, very durable dude. It was injured last year. The guy's taking some hits. Hasn't really been protected very well the last couple seasons. So who knows? Maybe a whole year off. Maybe he's healed up. Maybe New England's a spot. You never know. I would assume that's one of the spots. Other spots for Cam Newton, San Diego, if Tom Brady doesn't go there. Tampa Bay, if Tom Brady doesn't go there. So there's still some available areas. Another person that comes to mind when talking about quarterbacks, and I think someone that can benefit from somebody like Bill Belichick, is none other than the Red Rifle. He's definitely going to need a new home. I'm more than likely the Cincinnati Bengals are going to take Joe Burrow at number 1, and Andy Dalton's going to need a new home. We'll see. No one knows. Bill Belichick could probably go get a quarterback after this whole coronavirus thing. Let's go to shopping and be like, hey, dude, you look tired, but you did a good job during this coronavirus. You show resilience. Let's go make you a quarterback and win a Super Bowl. Who knows what's going to happen? You don't know that. Bill Belichick, if you guys saw that picture of him during the, what was it? The Combine? Where he flew out to Tennessee to go see like Middle Tennessee Tech DN train. Worked him out and it was like, dude, this guy just knows this spot's talent. He's the one who found Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo took his team to the Super Bowl. Who else was a backup? Jacoby Brissett did a decent job with the Colts last year as well. I mean, just so many people. Look at the people that have coached under him. Matt Patricia, I think, is going to do a good job for the Lions. You also look at Vrabel, who coaches the Tennessee Titans, and we'll talk about them here in a second. Coaches the Tennessee Titans, to damn near the Super Bowl as well before losing to the Chiefs in the conference championship. So a lot of people can learn from someone like Bill Belichick. A lot of people can be successful from being around Bill Belichick. There's just something around him that just, this aura. There's an aura around him that he just immerses. Like when Dave Chappelle was talking about when he saw Prince for the first time and he had the aura around him. I'm sure that's kind of like the same feeling you get when you see Bill Belichick when he doesn't high five you or your kids. Pretty sure that's what it is. But Tom Brady, we'll go back to Tom Brady. Where's he going to go? I said from the get, Sports Plus Live podcast a few way episodes back, probably middle of the pack way, we're 34, probably what, 10, 11 maybe, I don't know. I always said he's going to go back to California, and I think San Diego would be that option. Rumors are going around now saying that he's going to go to Tampa Bay. Why? I mean, I don't know what's in Tampa Bay. They couldn't, unless they're beefing up that offensive line, they couldn't protect Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston's an athlete, and he could get out of the pocket. Tom Brady isn't an athlete anymore. They do have Mike Evans. Mike Evans, one of the best receivers in the league, top receiver in the league. Was it OJ, the tight end? I can't remember his name. No running game, in my opinion, no running game. So I don't know if Tampa Bay would be the best option for old Tom Terrific here. Let's see. There's always Las Vegas. Las Vegas Raiders. New stadium. They will pay. They got the picks. They got picks to kind of make everyone around him better. But with that being said, they just signed Mariota. I'm going to call him Super Mario. Mariota. Don't know what Derek Carr is going to do. They might trade him away. Maybe get some offensive line. Who knows what's going to happen there? So those are, I think, the three top destinations right now are Tampa Bay, San Diego, and Las Vegas, I believe. And everything else is, from what I know, is kind of out. Don't know. Yeah, you never know, though. You never know. I didn't see Peyton Manning coming to the Broncos, and that's what happened. Peyton Manning showed up. Elway showed up with the sheriff, showed him around, let him know, hey, we got these 2 championships. We get one more with you. Look at these guys we have around you. Boom. So, who knows? Maybe Elway's working something behind the scenes. You don't know. You don't know that. Although, I don't think it'd be a good idea. But when the best quarterback to ever play in the league is available, I'm sure everyone's vying to just get him on his team in some way, in one way or another. Who knows? Only Tom Brady knows. It's pretty crazy to think about. Tom Brady, 20 years with one team. I never thought he'd leave. I thought he'd retire a Patriot. He'll still retire a Patriot, but I figured he wouldn't play with anybody else. He's done it all. What else do you have to prove? I mean, that's just Tom Brady in a nutshell. Is his competitiveness. It's not going to work out here. I still want to play. I still want to be competitive. And I still want to show people I got him. Maybe he wants to do it without Bill Belichick. Show people like, listen, it wasn't him. It was me the whole time. Of course, there is some sort of, he got the job doing something right. He got the job being feisty, being a competitor, just being Tom Brady, working with a chip on his shoulder, and that's probably what he's doing right now. 6 championships later, something ridiculous? 8, I don't even know how much it is. 6 championships later. Pretty crazy, but I mean, when you win that many Super Bowls, you have the right to do whatever you want. Good luck to Tom Brady. I'm definitely one of the best to ever do it. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. But there's so much other shit going on that I was recording the podcast yesterday, and I just sat here like this. If you don't see me like on Spotify or wherever you're listening to on Google Podcasts or Apple Podcasts, I'm just sitting here staring because I was just testing it out too. It's my first time recording here. I don't know how this is going to look. I don't know if this will be permanent. Obviously, there'll be some sort of change. At one point, I don't know, maybe I'll stay down here. I don't even know how long I'm going to be working from home. It could be a permanent move at this point. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I don't know, but there's so much stuff going on. So a bunch of different changes going on, and I kind of want to go over that with you. If you don't know, now you know. I've been following the TV for the last couple of days. A lot of players available in free agency starting tomorrow, I believe. And a bunch of trades have happened. I don't know if they're I don't know how, if it's like one of those things where you could, in principle, sign, have something on paper, but then it won't be official till like Wednesday, which will be tomorrow. So far, one of the biggest ones that happened so far, and I think just a straight up like this robbery, got the mask robbery, is the Texans traded DeAndre Hopkins to the Arizona Cardinals for a second rounder, I believe is what it was. I'm not 100% sure. I want to say it was a second rounder. And I don't know, whatever. We have a lot to talk about. It doesn't matter. Traded for David Johnson. So David Johnson goes to the Texans. DeAndre Hopkins goes to the Cardinals along with a fourth rounder too, which is like, dude, are you kidding me? So let's take a look at Arizona. Kyler Murray, quarterback, a man who can extend the play at quarterback, to a wide receiver like DeAndre Hopkins who can extend the play at a wide receiver. And you also have Larry Fitzgerald. Christian Kirk is still available. That is a ridiculous offense. There's just offense, there's just that relationship. The legendary Larry Legend Fitzgerald, one of the top receivers to ever play the game. Good receivers, very smart, has great game knowledge. With DeAndre Hopkins, who has these ridiculously large hands, by the way, if you've never seen them, they're ridiculously large. Great route runner and can, like I said, can extend a play and makes plays. Most of the time was the best player on the field whenever the Texans stepped on the field. Because J.J. Watt only played like 5 games last year. Deshaun Watson only showed up sporadically, wasn't as consistent. DeAndre Hopkins was always there. So I don't think that was a good move. If you're going to trade anybody from that team, trade J.J. Watt. I don't give a shit what you got from him. You can still get a lot for him. You can still get some decent stuff for him. But J.J. Watt doesn't even play most of the season. You guys still win without him. I don't think he's been that effective when he has stepped on the field. That's just me. That's just for me watching. Even when he came back from injury, I don't think he made a big difference in any of those games, especially the games they won. What was that game they won? Was that the Titans beat the Patriots? Who do they beat in the Baltimore? They beat Baltimore, right? I think that's who they beat. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't that impressed. But to trade away your best player in this situation, and for like what you got from him. I mean, Bill O'Brien just hates the Texans. It's very obvious. He's made some questionable decisions there with the Texans, and how is it? And he got promoted, I think, this last year or the year before. He's a GM now, so I think that's why. It's Bill O'Brien. So Bill O'Brien's the head coach and the GM, if I'm not mistaken. Thank you, Texans. Like that's what the Cardinals are doing. Yeah, we'll take that. God, it's fair, I guess. Like, I wish I would have been. I don't know who it was. I don't know who's the front office. Just like, yeah, okay, yeah. And then like they're behind the back. They took it. I can't believe they took it. Look what we're getting. So Arizona is in the mix, and I think with Kyler Murray and Cliff Kingsbury forming that relationship, and also having kind of like a no huddle shotgun type offense is going to benefit DeAndre Hopkins as well. I bet nobody's happier than DeAndre Hopkins in this trade. Nobody. Hopkins like, I'm out. Thank you. You give me a young quarterback who can fire the ball. Heisman winning quarterback who can fire the ball. And I could learn from Larry Fitzgerald as well. Thank you very much. I don't know what other moves they have made. Other than that, I think they put a transitioning tag on Kenyon Drake, which I don't know what that means. We're going to find out right now. Let's see. Continue to invest in the running back position. The Cards will place the transition tag on Kenyon Drake per sources. Informed of the situation, the team later confirmed the move. What does that mean? Oh, transition tag allows Arizona the chance to match any offer Drake gets in free agency. If the Cardinals decline to match, they would get no compensation. So there it is. The estimated transition tag for running backs is expected to come in at around $8 million. So it looks like he'll get $8 million if he stays, I think. But I thought Kenyon Drake did a good job when he got traded from the Miami to Arizona. And if I were him, I'd stay now because I think he'd be the number one there. Dude, when I saw this trade, I just couldn't believe it. I just sat there. And the same thing. They played it on TV, ESPN, of course, all morning. All I had to hear was Stephen A. Smith yelling, "Oh, but, Max, Max." And Kellerman kind of rebut. It was just a mess. That's always a cluster. Pretty crazy. Good job to Arizona. They deserve some sort of award already. To pull that trade off, they deserve all the awards that they get at the end of the year. You know what I'm talking about? Crazy. But Phillip Rivers moving on to the Colts for about a year. That's the other good news. I don't know if that's going to be his last year. It's 1 year, so I don't know what that means. I don't know how that's going to work out here. I don't know what kind of moves the Colts have been making. Let me double check here because I have a little thing pulled up here. The hell, Indianapolis. I almost forgot where they... Everyone shut your mouth. DeForest Buckner from the 49ers. So they'll add him as the defensive tackle. And they also added Anthony Castanzano from... Is that from... Oh, yeah, no, he's staying there. So they have a decent offensive line, which I thought was a problem in San Diego, was the offensive line. Indianapolis has Nelson. They just added Castanzo. They just extended to Castanzo, if I believe here. Yep. 2 years, $33 million. Change. Getting paid. So, yeah. I thought that was always the issue in San Diego. There's no offensive line. He didn't have enough time. He's not an athlete, so he needs a little bit more time. The guy could still fire the pigskin for having 9 kids. Like, you think a guy like that who obviously has sex on the daily would be weak in the arm. He's not. All right? He is not. He is strong. You know, he still could throw that ball. Still had a lot of touchdowns, but unfortunately threw a lot of picks, so didn't have time to throw the ball and make good decisions, so we'll see what happens. I thought it's not a bad move now that you think about it. Look at the offensive line. They have a good offensive line. They have time. They have, what's the tight end's name, the good one? Can't remember his name. Anyways, you guys know what I'm talking about. They also have T.Y. Hilton. Who knows what they'll add in the draft. We'll see. The Browns, though, are making quite a bit of moves. Them and the Miami Dolphins are making moves. I was talking to my friend Tim, who called me before. He's like, look what Miami's doing. They're adding all these type of players, and why wouldn't Tom Brady decide to go to Miami? Stays in the division. He's competitive at AF. Stays in there to show everyone he could beat Bill Belichick without, can win without Bill Belichick. Like, that's just ultimate competitive in him, that he would go to someone like Miami, especially the type of moves Miami's making. They're going in that direction because they don't have a strong number one like a Fitzpatrick. I can't remember who else they played. What's his name? Matt, whatever. Let me double check here. Let me see the moves Miami is making or has made in the last 24 hours. Eric Flowers, offense tackle. Byron Jones, cornerback from the Cowboys. Emmanuel Ogba is the edge rusher. And then Shaq Lawson, if you guys remember him from Clemson. And then Kyle Van Noy at defense. So a lot of defensive moves. They're trying to beef up that defense. I think they just added Jordan Howard as well from the Chicago Bears. So I don't know if, it kind of makes sense. They have the money. I don't know. I don't know anything. But Miami Dolphins is making moves, and they're trying to. And I said earlier, like I don't know if they got a tip that Tom Brady wasn't going to be there anymore, and they're like, oh, let's beef it up because we got a chance now. So we'll see. I think they were one of the few teams that beat New England last year too. So it was New England. It was Miami, Baltimore, and the Chiefs are the only three teams I believe that to beat New England last year. Might be Titans. I think it's for sure those ones. Hey, Papi. I don't know what's going on in Miami, Papi, but I better practice my Puerto Rican. Coño, Papi, tú que te pasa? Because I might be putting on a Miami Dolphins jersey. Who knows? I won't. I'll never do that. Ever. I'll never do that. Going back to the Browns. So the Browns are kind of making moves, interesting moves. In my opinion, they signed Austin Hooper to make him the most highest paid tight end in the league. At $44 million, I think is what is. Let me see here. Where's it at? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. There it is. Cleveland. They added Austin Hooper. What is it? 2 years. Well, 4 year, $44 million. 23 guaranteed. Getting paid. Austin Hooper's a good tight end. Really, really good tight end. But tight end is one of those positions, like I've mentioned, defensive back, where you can probably, plug in any big son of a bitch that can catch in that position. But that's just me. But now they have Njoku and him. Njoku, hopefully him being healthy, to play. Athletic tight end like Njoku, because I thought they missed him quite a bit last year. Hopefully this could be a pretty big move for Baker Mayfield in company to have more options, because as it stands they have Jarvis Landry, Odell Beckham, Njoku, Kareem Hunt if he stays. They have Nick Chubb and Austin Hooper. And they also added some offensive line as well. And a little bit of backup at QB because they added Case Keenum, which as a backup, this is what he's earning. 3 years, $18 million, so $6 a year, $10 million guaranteed. To be a backup. Dude, it's just crazy as a backup. You're getting paid. That's decent money for a lot of people. I don't know if it's inflation. I don't know. I don't get it. Case Keenum, more power to you. Tell me your ways. How do you sell them? More like Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is something we haven't brought up either. Kirk Cousins re-signed for 2 extra years, 66, something crazy. I don't even know it. I don't even talk about it. Swindling these teams. And I don't even know if he's elite, I don't even know. And speaking of Kirk Cousins, the Vikings traded away Stephon Diggs to the Bills. So Stephon Diggs to the Bills provides more firepower for Josh Allen, who was this close. I think no, they didn't beat him. The Bills are this close to even being in the playoffs too. Probably a couple games away. That early game against Patriots, which Josh Allen wasn't part of down the stretch, probably could have. They were doing so well against that team. I was watching it, and He got hurt. So that's what happens. But Josh Allen's proved to be a threat. I think he's his second year in. Is this his second year in, I believe? This will be second coming up. So now he has Josh Brown, I believe. Or is it Jaylen Brown? And then Stephon Diggs. And then they have Montgomery at running back as well, right? So it's going to be an interesting season, man, coming up. Very, very interesting to see where anyone ends up. And there's still a lot of stuff to be made. Still a lot of free agents out there. Let me take a look here. I just had them pulled up here. Free agents. Top 101 free agents. Let me take a look here. Top 101 free agents by NFL.com, I believe. Amari Cooper who just re-signed to the Cowboys. By the way, the Cowboys too franchise Dak Prescott, so they're going to keep that together. There's Davion Clowney, Ryan Tannehill, who just got paid, who, in my opinion, didn't deserve it. I don't know if he didn't deserve it or deserved that type of money. They should have addressed the King Henry, Derrick Henry first. They should have signed him. They said they franchised him. Blah, blah, blah. I think they disrespected him. I think that they handled that very, very wrong. I think they need to pay him. Because he was a workhorse. The guy was there the whole year. Kept him in a lot of games as well. Was the best player in that game when they lost to the Chiefs. Derrick Henry. Actually, no one was good on that game, to be honest with you. No one was good. But Derrick Henry kept him in that game. I think that was a game against Patriots. It was just unbelievable. Over 220, 30 yards, total yards, rushing, passing, maybe even a little bit of catching. I thought that was disrespectful. Tannehill got paid. Whatever. Whatever. That's not my team. Hey, that's not my team, Poppy. Whatever you guys want to do, Poppy. You guys want to implode within, that's how you do it. But what do I know? You still have Byron Jones just signed to the Dolphins. Eric Armstead re-signed with the Niners. Drew Brees just re-signed with the Saints. Corey Littleton, but Tom Brady, don't know where he's going to... Hold on. This is top 101 free agents. Tom Brady is number 8 here. I don't know about you. He should be a little bit higher. This is me. What do I know? Huh? I'm just quarantined. This is my life right here. What do I know? Jack Conklin signed to the Browns. Phillip Rivers just signed to the Colts. Anthony Costanzano to the Colts. Chris Harris Jr. is a big one from Denver. Who knows where he's going to go? Denver Broncos just signed Abue. So like I said, it sounds like they're moving on from Chris Harris Jr. I think it's a good move too. Chris Harris Jr. wherever he goes is going to be, he's going to be one of the best. He's one of the best for Denver for a long time. Won a Super Bowl with us, and kind of hard to see him go because I think, like I've said it before on the podcast, you guys can go check it. There's very few cornerbacks who I think are good at this position and can't be replaced, and he's one of them. He's one of them. We'll see. I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going to happen. Let's see. What did the Broncos do? They just, I'm trying to think of here. Been a little bit quiet. They signed up Bowie. I can't remember what else they got. Kind of wish they would have gone off. I don't know if they were in the talks for Hopkins. That'd be pretty tight to have Hopkins. We'll see what they do in the draft. I don't know how all this is changing. They're still projecting to get a receiver, Ruggs, or even moving up for CeeDee Lamb. So who knows? Jameis Winston's still available, so who knows where he'll fall. Dante Fowler from the Rams. Devin McCourty. Yeah, so Jason Pierre-Paul looks like he's signed with the Buccaneers again. Austin Hooper. Melvin Gordon's out there. Melvin Gordon is going to be testing free agency. So there is someone else you got to keep an eye on as well. is Melvin Gordon. Last year wasn't a good season for him because he held out for most of the season. You don't benefit from holding out, from not playing. You benefit from playing and showing people you can still play. And then now you're stuck. Well, you probably would have been higher on the list. Right now he's 21. Probably would have been top 10 if he played last year and did good. But now Austin Eckler's getting paid. But just from north around here, right around here now north, Austin Eckler, Eaton, you know what I'm saying? Western, Colorado boy, getting paid, killing it. A lot of guys from Eaton like have touched the NFL. It's pretty crazy. But now Melvin Gordon, free agent. We'll see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. He got that very little time. I don't know if he'll get the money he thinks he deserves. I mean, whatever. That's on you, baby. That's on you. Bobby, that's on you. Robbie Anderson's available, which, yeah, I mean, I don't want Robbie Anderson. Robbie Anderson's solid. I think he's a good route runner. Probably would be a good number 2 here in Denver. Who knows? So just so much going on. There's so much left to happen. Jesus, I spent 35 minutes talking about NFL, which is pretty crazy, and I think it's great because I'm glad this has happened. It's just crazy shit's been going on the last few days. A lot of people are closing. A lot of cities are closing down. A lot of restaurants are closing down. So this is a great distraction that I needed. Great distraction. Hopefully, a lot of all you guys are getting distractions as well. And crap. So we're speaking of distractions. Not to pile on this gentleman. I'm just looking at the TV right now. It's on in the background. Hopefully, it's not interfering with anything. We're going to find out. It says right there at the bottom that Kevin Durant has coronavirus. Poor guy's recovering from this damn injury. Now he has. There's 4 Brooklyn Nets that contracted coronavirus, is what it said earlier. Didn't think anything of it. It just started popping up. But damn, man. Coronavirus, I guess, is serious. A lot of people are recovering from it, which is very fortunate. We just got to keep it away from people. That's why these quarantines are happening, or these type of things are closing down for a little bit. Whereas like in Denver, so right here in Colorado where I live in my part of town, I think it closed to like the end of the month, I believe, for only a couple weeks, I believe. And they'll reassess the situation, if I'm not mistaken. And then in Denver, they closed everything for 8 weeks. So a bigger city closed it down for 8 weeks. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully he'll recover. I think he'll be fine. I think he'll recover. Tom Hanks recovered out of the hospital. He's Gucci. Idris Elba just got diagnosed as well. He's Gucci. He's going to be spinning records. He's going to be DJing. He's going to be doing so much acting. He's going to practice his drops and whatever those guys do. Those type of DJs, those house DJs. I don't know if that's called, you call them house DJs. Once again, probably that's not me. That's not, okay, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so a lot of crazy stuff is happening in the NFL. And free agency is officially open until tomorrow, so. By the time you listen to this, probably a lot more stuff is going to happen anyways. So we'll see. This might be outdated. All this information I'm giving you will be outdated. In like 12 hours. A few hours whenever I upload this. But moving on from the NFL. We're going to keep it sports related right now. And one thing that did happen over the weekend, sports-wise, was MMA. UFC from UFC Brasilia from Brazil popped off this weekend. I didn't get to watch a whole lot of it. I was actually in Wyoming. If you guys want to really quarantine yourself and want to get away from here, you go to Wyoming because there's nothing there. 5 hours almost of driving, and I saw nothing. When I was driving up on Friday, it was a bunch like snow, very icy. It was a little weird. People were sliding off the road. Not all Uncle Edgar. I know how to drive in the snow. Up there, but on the way back, yeah, there was nothing. It was nice. It was nothing. I got to listen to books. I was listening to a book I haven't listened to in a while, and got refreshed. I'm learning. That's what you do on those type of rides. So what happened? Whatever. But yeah, if you guys don't want to catch anything, go visit Kanye West in Wyoming. Went to go visit one of my best friends and his family, and it was a good time. I just really just did it to chill out. I knew there was nothing up there, so I just kicked it. That was it. Just kicked it. Just kicked it. Maybe I'll take one of my mommies up there to kick it. Just kidding. I don't have any mommies. I'm quarantined. UFC from Brasilia. So I didn't get to watch a whole lot of it. I did get to watch a few of the undercards. The preliminary card. A lot of decisions. A lot of decisions on the undercard. My homie Brandon Moreno won. I did watch that. But yeah, let's take a look at some of the fights here. So Johnny Walker, I told you guys, we talked about him. He lost. Trying to bounce back, didn't win, didn't get the decision. I didn't watch that fight. Same thing with the Francisco Trinaldo against Makdessi fight. And then Renato Moicano fought Damir Hadzovic and submitted him in 44 seconds. I don't know if that's 44 seconds in or 44 seconds left. I don't know what that is. I have to double check. And then Damian Maia got knocked out by Gilbert Burns. That sucks, dude. That's crazy. Damian Maia said he has one more fight left and I think he's going to fight it out and then retire. So you win, you lose. I picked Damian Maia to win. But the one pick that I did get right, and I was very happy to get right, was the Charlie Oliveira versus Kevin Lee fight. Charlie Oliveira won by submission. If we could run it back on my podcast, I will run it back for you. I'll have to find it and show you that I'm right, because I am right. Won by a rare. I saw that when I caught it. End of the first round, and you got the decision in the third round, or the submission in the third round. Guillotine, got him. Dude, the guy's on a tear. Charlie Oliveira has won 7 straight fights, 7 stoppages. He needs a top 5 opponent right now. I mean, you just can't feed him anybody else. You're going to have to work it out. Paul Felder's going to have to come back, take an L. Justin Gaethje might be ready to fight. Who knows what's going to happen with Conor McGregor. But this guy needs a top 5 opponent. It'll be top 10 when the rankings come out again, whenever that is. The guy's unbelievable. If you guys have never watched him, he pull out a submission from wherever. Calf slicer, guillotine, armbar, triangle choke. He does it all. Kevin Lee, I think, deserved this really. It's a hard loss he has to take. Hard loss he has to take because, one, he missed weight. Got to give 30% of your purse up to him. And then you got submitted. Probably got submission of the night. Unless they went to Moicano. Probably got performance in the night as well. So you missed out on all this stuff. By being unprofessional, not making your weight, and take this L, player. Just take it. Take it on the way out. But yeah, right now, that's what happened. Didn't look like the most exciting card. Except for the last 3 fights it looked like. But you win some, you lose some. But the thing about it is, it might be the next, probably last fight in at least a month. Next 3 UFC events have been canceled, which was UFC London, which was Tyron Woodley and Leon Edwards. Trying to think without looking. And props to UFC, man. They did everything they could to make this fight happen. In a time when we need just distractions because everyone's going crazy. Go to the supermarket, see how crazy people are. Go anywhere, you see there's people crazy in general, but this whole coronavirus is making people just crazy in a different way. But yeah, I needed something distracting like that. But it didn't happen. Next 3 fights are canceled. The one that I was looking forward to is Ngannou Rosenstruck. Poor Ngannou hasn't fought in a while, and he was supposed to fight. It just wasn't going to happen. They're going to move the fights to the Apex Arena. But I think it's not going to happen because Vegas shut it down. A lot of good fights were going to happen in that card too, so very unfortunate. And then also UFC Fight Night 172, that was Overeem and Walt Harris canceled. Walt Harris, if you don't know about Walt Harris, unfortunately his daughter got kidnapped in, was murdered in Georgia. So he's been through it, man. They were supposed to fight November, I think, October. But because of all that was happening, just canceled it. So very unfortunate. And it was kind of, well, Harris probably needed a distraction too. I mean, this disease is affecting a lot of people. And the reason why I give props to Dana White and the UFC, because a lot of these guys that fight on the undercard don't get paid any money. They don't get compensated for this type of stuff. They don't fight. So he's trying to make stuff happen. These guys want to fight. They want to work. They want to be distracted. And just unfortunately just couldn't happen. So, plus a lot of these gyms are closed. You can't go to the gyms. So you can't get the proper training you need to fight professionally. So very unfortunate. Hopefully in 30 days they'll reassess the situation. I think April 1st is when they're reassessing it, because Dana White says this next fight between Khabib Nurmagomedov and Tony Ferguson is going to happen. Ferguson is going to happen one way or another. It's going to happen. That fight originally was supposed to take place in New York. New York's just shutting down. They shut down all the schools out there, which is pretty crazy. A lot of people. We'll see. This is going to be an amazing card. I hope it happens. Jeremy Stephens is against Calvin Kattar. One of those fights that aren't being talked about should be talked about. Rose Namajunas is fighting Jessica Andrade on that card. Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Tony Ferguson, obviously. Alex Hernandez is fighting Islam Makhachev. On the preliminary card, Uriah Hall versus Ronaldo Jacare Sosa. This is crazy good. Lyman Good against Bilal Muhammad. Just to name a few. Jan Vellante versus Ben Rothwell. Jan Vellante going up to heavyweight. Pretty crazy. So, yeah, just so much crazy stuff going on. Hopefully this fight does happen. We'll see. 30 days. Today's the 17th. Happy St. Patrick's Day, by the way. We'll find out what happens, man. We will find out. But, yeah, props to Dana White, man. Guy worked hard. Was in contact with the president, vice president on, what's going on, what's going to happen. Can we make these fights happen? Fortunately, nothing happened, and my hats off to him. Thank you. I mean, he tried. He did his best, but it just wasn't going to happen. It just wasn't going to happen no matter what he did. But yeah, moving on into boxing news. God, boxing news. Triple G versus Canelo 3 looks like it's going to happen in September. Looks like they've signed on. I think I saw somewhere. I got to double check. It's kind of just throwing it out there to you. Looks like it's happening, but also I don't know what's going to happen because he was signed on to fight Billy Joe Saunders in June. Canelo was. So with all this going on, I think that's suspended or canceled too. So I'm excited. I think this fight has to happen. I think this could be Triple G's last fight ever. Win or lose. I mean, he's done it all. We'll see what happens. It could be one of those things where Triple G knocks him out. It's like, nah, we're running this back. One of those guys who just lose NBA 2K. And we got to run it back. We've run it back 3 times. You want to do it again? 4th time. Yeah, let's run it back. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? I'm not optimistic by watching what Triple G did the last fight. It wasn't good. It just sure as wasn't. I thought he lost the fight. Got pieced up. Didn't get knocked down or anything, but got pieced up. So we'll see. In other news, my thoughts and prayers go out to Money Mayweather. A lot of, obviously he's very eccentric, loves his money, hence the name Money Mayweather. In the last week, the guy has lost his baby mother, his baby mama, his child of his mother, the mother of his child is what I meant to say. Children. He has 3 kids with her. Don't know exactly what happened. They just found her unconscious in their garage, in her car in the garage. Passed away. Pronounced dead at the scene. And just today, he lost his father, or not his father, but his uncle, Roger Mayweather. Former trainer, former boxer himself. Don't know what happened. But yeah, it's very unfortunate. I mean, prayers go out to him. Just thoughts and prayers go out to him and his family. It's just a hard time, you got to put life in perspective. There's a lot of other shit going on that can use your attention as well. Other than this coronavirus and just staying indoors, whatever. I mean, there's a lot of other stuff that needs your attention. We'll get through this whole coronavirus thing. I know we will. We are just different breed of people in America. It's just people in general. We're different human beings. We have the technology. Unlike if this was a plague, we'd all be dead. We just don't. We have different technology, different ways of passing off information. Just multiple ways communicating. So, there's no reason for you not to communicate with your family. There's no reason for you not to communicate with anyone in general. I mean, life is slowing down right now. This could be that opportunity where we could reconnect with some people, better ourselves. I mean, like I said, I was listening to books on the way up to Wyoming. You can do the same thing on weekends when you can't go anywhere. Just stay home, listen to some books, read some books, get better, play video games. That's what I'm going to do. On the weekends now, I'm going to be able to play video games. There's nothing else to do. Just focus on something else. Pick up a new hobby. Work out indoors. Can't go to the gym. Work out. There's so much other stuff you could be doing. Just be using as a distraction from this crazy world and the outside world in general. Because we could be like San Francisco. San Francisco's on 24-hour lockdown. So for 3 weeks. 3 weeks. So 3 weeks they have to just kind of chill indoors, which is pretty crazy. San Francisco, big town, big city. But I think they were affected. I mean, they have a lot of the cases, a lot of coronavirus cases there. So it makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. WrestleMania still has not been canceled. By the way, just kind of continuing the other one. If you're texting somebody and they're like not texting you back, there's like probably no good reason for them not to text you back. They just don't want to. And if that's the case, just move on. Tell them to F off. Fuck off. Get out of my face. I'll block you. I don't need that negative energy right now. If you don't want to talk to me, fine. That's cool. I've gotten a lot of people. A lot of people have been sad, like, oh, they're not texting me back. I'm like, I've done that. I mean, I've texted some people and they're like, oh, they just don't text back. I'm like, all right, cool. Later. I don't care anymore. I don't care. I have bigger things to worry about. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's going to squad up with me on Call of Duty right now? Warzone. Follow me on Xbox. MRAKA27. Or in Activision in general. MRAKA27. Holler at me. Let's link up. Let's get this dub, all right? Battle Royale dub. A bigger fish to fry. But yeah, WrestleMania still hasn't been canceled. Looks like they're going to do it in the Performance Center. I saw something earlier where they might push it back to June. And the Hall of Fame, which is supposed to happen this next weekend. No, 2 weekends? 3 weeks? What's it? Yeah, 2 weekends. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that. Usually happens the night before WrestleMania, the weekend before that weekend of WrestleMania. They might push it back to SummerSlam in August, so we'll see. I don't know what's going to happen with WrestleMania. WrestleMania is going to be weird without any fans. Let's just let that be known. And plus with people, you can't even hang out with people. Can't even kick it. You got to watch it at home. It's not going to be a cool party. Euros 2020 is officially be taking place in 2021, which is like, still hurts. Like I said, I've said in last maybe a podcast or two, that is one of those tournaments that I hold near and dear to my heart for various reasons. But it's not going to hurt if you move it back 1 year. Because, I mean, what's happened to 2021, not a whole lot of things. They're still saying that also that the Olympics are going to go in as planned, so in Japan. We'll see. We'll see what happens. A lot of crazy stuff going on. I hope I can entertain you as much as possible. So go ahead and follow me on youtube.com/SportsPlusLife, MRAKACO, Twitter and Instagram, and then also Sports Plus Life on Twitter and Instagram. I'll entertain you. Holler at me. If you have my number, text me. Holler at me. We might even have time to FaceTime. I have Google Duo as well. So holler at your boy if you got time. I work from 6 to 2, anytime after that. If I don't answer, it's because I'm recording like I'm doing right now. I record on my phone because it's a sick camera. So holler at your boy. All right? Yeah. I might run out of things to talk about, so let me know. Give me some topics. I'm like I said, I got 9 toes, but I know a lot of shit. All right? I will answer your questions. Holler at me. All right. Love you guys. You guys take care of yourselves. Don't get too crazy. If you have tape, toilet paper, send it my way. Any cool recipes, send it my way too, man. I stocked up a little bit. We'll see how long that lasts. All right. Love you. Take care. Stay coronavirus free. Don't be Kevin Durant. Late.